Party all night.
So, all right. So Jimmy Dore was a liberal comedian, who it didn't work. You got the number on there?
Hold on.
Who Jimmy Dore is a liberal comedian who tried to make it as a comic and couldn't really get rich as a comic. He couldn't get rich. He couldn't get a MSNBC gig. Couldn't parlay that liberalism into an MSNBC. So he became COINTELPRO Jimmy. Jimmy controlled opposition Jimmy. He goes on Fox News now and talks about how Bernie is a corporate, is a corporate shill, and you can't trust the Democrats, so stay at home and don't vote. And I'm a leftist, and you can believe me when I say that AOC is a corporate shill and it works for the Illuminati. And and also he's big into ivermectin, even though he's vaccinated.
And kratom. He does a lot of kratom.
So that's why I have this.
I got worms.
Yeah, that's Jimmy. That's Jimmy right there. All right. So, anyways, I just want you to tell me if you think if I'm crazy or is this standard? Because he likes to call himself a comic. He likes to say I'm just a jag-off comedian. I want to know. This is the Just for Laughs festival, and I want to know.
Yeah. So this is at JFL, which is in Canada, right?
Yeah, and I just want to know if this is not the most plain Jane, boring, fucking unimaginative stand-up ever.
Well, for people that aren't gonna find and watch the video, he's on a stage. It's all red, white, and blue.
Oh yeah, so it's like a political comedy
Dream.
night.
Okay, so
it's probably some kind of political.
Show
it might be.
Okay, because as I was watching,
I don't think that's just for him because it's only a 6-minute set.
Exactly, that's what I was watching. But even still,
yeah, dude,
they must just be doing that and then switching the name up in one because that's a fucking whole theme.
Oh yeah,
with on the stage that can't just be for his. I mean, the only thing I really know about JFL is new faces.
Yeah, but he wasn't new. At this point, he was doing comedy for 20 years.
Yeah, no, you could.
He's been doing stand-up since 1989, and this is from 2012. Party till I die.
If you're mad, you have to go poop. There's.
I gotta go poop.
All right. Here we go. So I got it 3 seconds early, but
that's cool.
I like to get high and watch Christian television. Anybody else? Couple people. Well, I live in California.
I got worms.
Where we recently voted in medical marijuana. Yeah. Unlike here, where you guys just have marijuana. And let me tell you something. I have my medical marijuana license now, and your pot-smoking friends come out of the woodwork. Everybody wants me to buy them pot because I have a license, and I'm like, why don't you get your own medical marijuana license? It's not so hard. And they all say the same thing. They all go, I'm afraid if I do, my name will end up on some kind of a government list.
Real quick, that's a perfectly reasonable fear in 2012. But what were you gonna say?
What, to buy weed?
Obama busted fucking medical marijuana farmers in legal states. So that's a perfectly reasonable. You know what's not a reasonable fucking fear? He wants to say that those people are paranoid and silly for thinking that. But dude, if I came up to Jimmy Dore and I said, "Hey, Hillary Clinton formed an assassination squad to kill Anthony Bourdain," he'd be like, "That's journalism." Dude, if you told you he was a fucking there's microchips in vaccines that make your arms gay, he'd be like, "Oh, I'm all ears." So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But anyways, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, that is true, especially because 2012 was still when that shit was just happening. People, that was like when fucking Chong went to jail.
Yeah, Chong went to jail under the Bush administration. So
it was in Bush,
and it was to make people scared.
Yeah, no, it was literally because he used the word bongs and not water pipe. That's why you would go into head shops and be like looking at bongs, like we have,
and everybody hits the floor.
We have water pipes, you fucking piece of shit.
No, people would go, oh yeah.
Water pipes?
You just ask them casual question. If you just call it a bong, they'd be like, fuck.
I want to meet one person that fucking rips tobacco through a water bong, though.
Oh, God.
That's an interesting fella or lady.
Oh, we used to prank people by putting catnip in fucking bongs and passing it to them.
Yeah, he's definitely not a huge laugh per minute guy. He's
I haven't heard a joke yet.
45 seconds in, and he's gotten 2 small chuckles.
These are bunts. Bunts.
Very small chuckles. I would go as far as to say if I was at this point, my heart would be beating faster than it was 45 seconds ago.
If I was gonna do a fucking tight 5 at a fucking Montreal fucking comedy festival on film, I would fucking have some banging fucking jokes.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't be doing a fucking. This isn't even the level of a late night fucking opening monologue.
No. Yeah, they wouldn't even let this as a set on a late night show, even with these days where it's all politics on late night.
Yeah, it ends up on a list of people who can buy pot. It's not the no-fly list. It's the yes-high list, motherfucker.
Okay. That.
He's so white.
All right, dude. I know, dude. Huh? I just want to say something about that. I don't mind the rhyme as a substitute for a joke. That's a cheap laugh. I'm not above cheap laughs. Believe me. But I'll tell you what.
I believe you.
But that motherfucker. That dude.
He didn't even say mother. He said
motherfucker.
Is he like
a boomer?
No, but does he like curse a lot? Like
when he's raging at fucking cute ladies, cute ladies who are part of the left, like cute lefty fucking women, like he gets really angry at them because they're not bruisers like his fucking wife. But like he like threatened to punch one of them. But like he's a fucking that was the other thing that I don't like about his stand up. He's an angry, furious. He's got mad incel energy. He's a furious fucking guy, but when he gets up on stage, he tries to act like he's fucking Mitch Hedberg, and it's just really appalling. But here's that fucking motherfucker thing, dude. That's like, you ever watch Californication?
I
Probably
think
not.
so. I think I watched some of that show. I think
It's like Entourage for like aging.
Was it on Showtime or HBO?
It's on Showtime. It's like
then,
Entourage.
Yeah, I did watch some of it because like
it's like Entourage for like aging rocker dads.
Yeah. And it had the dude that was in like the Evolution movie, right? I think.
Yeah, David Duchovny.
Yeah.
And he always does that motherfucker thing. That's like the siren call for fucking like boomers to go party. Like, we're gonna go to Bob Seger at the Rio, motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
We're gonna drink margaritas at TGI Fridays. The kids are away for the weekend, motherfucker. I got a leather wristband, motherfucker.
It's not a no-fly list. It's the you can get high list.
Because that rhymes.
Motherfucker.
He's like Eddie Griffin. It rhymes.
Dude, and you guys, look up the clip. You gotta see the fucking stage setup for this. It's insane. I would just be like, bro, say something funny that... Although I'm not gonna lie. You're right. I can respect rhymes sometimes. I mean, that one isn't...
It's a fucking...
I've seen people,
laugh.
but if at an open mic, seeing somebody do 5 minutes and all the jokes rhyme is pretty fucking... By 3 minutes, you're like, all right, I'm impressed. I don't think I could do this.
My brother's a teabagger.
Ah!
That laugh does not belong to him. The Tea Party called themselves teabaggers. But we'll listen to what he says. I think this is very revealing about his sex life.
Not the fun gay kind.
The implication being that only guys give blowjobs. So not only is his wife a fucking bruiser, she doesn't suck his dick. That's all I wanted to point out.
I guess that is oddly... Because all gay dudes suck dick, right? Like, I feel like
some gay dudes don't suck dick.
Dude, there's no way that's so uppity if their whole culture is based around fucking.
Some gay dudes take ivermectin.
I got worms.
We're talking about vaxxers.
He likes to vote against his own interest. And,
he likes to... Wait, hold on.
my brother hates... Not the fun gay kind. He likes to vote against his own interest. And,
That's a long-winded way of saying his brother is a Jimmy Dore fan.
my brother hates Barack Obama calls him an elitist. It's like, that guy's an elitist. He's an elitist, and he is. He's the worst kind. He tried to hide it. First by being born black, sneaky. And then when he was 2 years old, he talked his dad into leaving their family so he could be raised by a single mom, thereby ensuring anything he achieved in his life would come from the sweat of his own brow, the brilliance of his own intellect. I don't like it. That's not how it works in America. In America, first your father is president, you're born half a moron, and you become president.
And then Obama becomes president and doesn't prosecute you for war crimes.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking, okay, hold on. Barack Obama, just for the record, Barack Obama got elected in part because he took Wall Street money and then in return didn't prosecute any fucking banker for fraud. So, but AOC went to the Met, so she works for the Illuminati, so.
Well, see, here's one thing I also want to say is that I'm sure when he would do that joke in America, he would start to get applause during him more or less sucking Barack Obama's cock.
Yeah.
And I feel like the people in Canada don't really give a shit that much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no Canadian fucking guy's gonna come to, like, Tennessee and talk about Justin Trudeau and just have people like, yeah, I love you know what I mean? No, I feel like he
well, it
did
being
not
international
finish
and all.
Yeah, I'm so
It being
confused.
international and all. The thing is it's 2012. Bill Hicks did something. Bill Hicks did his, like, what do you call it, reckless set or whatever it was called. That was, like, brutal, and it was really political. And that was in 1990 maybe, or something like that. And he became a huge star in England because of that set. So,
I mean, that comedian Jim Jeffries.
but he had jokes.
Jim Jeffries got big over here because of a viral video about gun control in Australia. Well, I mean, it was a set, but
Yeah.
good joke, but, you know, random things correlate. But it's just funny that, you know, as he's just like, Barack Obama, he's great, you know, and everybody's just like, you know.
Is he?
I just think even for the most part, people are just like, yeah, where are you going with this? You know what I mean? They don't care about.
I just think it's funny he calls people
perseverance.
shit libs, and then that's his fucking take on Obama. Like, seriously,
Shit
that
libs.
is so fucking basic.
It's called working your way up.
Jeez, that's so
My brother
sad.
hates
laugh.
My brother calls Barack Obama Hitler all the time because that guy's like Hitler. I'm like, you must be watching different documentaries than I am.
You know what I don't like about Hitler? He's always fucking telling people what to do.
How is he like Hitler? He goes, he's like Hitler because he's trying to take over the healthcare. Just like Hitler. Oh, you know what? I'm pretty sure universal health insurance wasn't the problem.
With Hitler.
But I'm just gonna say, if I was his brother, I'd beat the shit out of him for putting me on blast like this. I would be like, the fuck is your problem, dude?
And now my brother
Why are you making me
doesn't
look,
have a job.
You're making me look racist, like I hate gays, dude. I think libtard. I think it's a slippery slope. What do you want from me, dude? I'm your fucking brother. Why are you ruining me? Exactly. If he did this today, people might straight up dox his fucking brother. Like, he could, kids have gotten their parents fired from jobs for videos of them just being like, BLM is dumb. Which, I mean, it's not a good look by any means, but it's not a reason to fucking fire somebody.
That's fucking funny. Is I used my fucking, I actually used my uncle. I can't criticize her for that. Because I have those racist.
Oh yeah,
uncle
but
jokes.
that's funny, and like your uncle is probably on
Hard to
death's
find,
door.
Yeah, probably.
I doubt
And
he's
hard to
big on
find.
social media. I
Oh,
doubt
well,
he
actually he is. If he hasn't been kicked off of Facebook.
really.
Yeah.
I doubt he really cares about the public's opinion of him because he's old.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not like he hides it.
Yeah, exactly.
He just drops M-bombs. He doesn't give a fuck.
Exactly. Like I doubt
He's hardcore.
I doubt his brother is as outspoken as if his brother even has these beliefs. Honestly, if he even has a brother,
Yeah, he had a black friend for a minute, but I don't think that lasted long. When you get referred to as one of the good blacks, it's probably not. It's
Not
probably not fun to go.
sarcastically.
Yeah, it's
He
not.
Freudian slipped to one of the good ones.
No, I don't think he Freudian. No, he's very open. I mean, really open.
So he didn't think.
I used to justify my tolerance of him by saying, "Well, at least you don't hide it."
Oh wait, you're
Then
talking
at a
about
certain
him or
point-
your uncle?
Oh, my uncle.
Oh, okay. I thought you were back on him.
Oh no, I
Okay,
wouldn't
I
get
was
it.
like, what? He's hiding it.
People had with Hitler. I think there was a
Nailed
lot
it.
If I
of
see him at
stuff in front of that,
Flappers,
Danny.
I'll be on him.
Like people that go, hey, did you hear? Hitler invaded Poland. He's killing all the Jews. I hope I can choose my own doctor. But the economy is...
Bunt.
What is he saying, that Jews complain about everything? Oh, racist.
That's a bunt. That's a bunt.
No, I would seriously feel like I would consider this a bomb.
Yeah, this.
You
I
know
would
what
consider
mean?
this talking.
Like if this was an
I
open,
would
if
consider
this
this
was an
having a-
open mic, you would hear bar chatter. And
Jimmy
that
Dore
is
could
all-
not pass an
That's
open
all
mic.
you would hear is bar
I
chatter.
would fucking
He would
love-
be like.
He's a big
also
star at
'cause-
Flappers at Burbank, though.
Because also Canadians are the most polite of people. So if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
gonna get courtesy laughs from anything,
Oh, of
it's gonna
course.
be Canucks.
And he's barely getting
And he's getting mild chuckles.
Yeah, he took a shit on Bush, and so he got an applause break. In 2012.
I mean, had Bush's paintings been
Yeah, that was
been
before.
surfaced yet?
Yeah, that was before he got the. That's before he got
when
the
Bill
the
started-
endorsement from Ellen.
When George Bush started fucking doing painting, I feel like that was when he was like the
That
start
was the
over.
turnaround.
It was the
yeah,
start over.
it was
point.
the new. It was the
Like,
new stage.
It's been long enough.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, waterboarding.
It's
What's that?
horrible in America.
Watercolors.
It's so bad. Like, where all our money go? Because we're supposed to be the richest country in the world. That's what they always tell us. I'm like, well, how can we be broke? Where'd all our money go? So I turned on the news to find out who took all our money, and the news guy told me the teachers took it. I knew it. Goddamn money-grubbing teachers. Yep. When I was a little kid, every
I got
Sunday,
worms.
My dad would say, get in the car, gonna take it for a drive through Beverly Hills, show you all the teacher houses.
Teacher.
The teachers have all our money.
All
yet
his
they're so
entire
Was
routine is
that-
based on just delivery. He's
Was
just doing like
that-
teacher. and
Was that and
Hitler.
it's poor delivery? Was that an actual thing that people said? Is that all of our government money was going to public school?
Well,
and teachers?
Well, Fox News would justify.
That's a thing that I've
Well,
never.
no, I mean there were always fights with teachers' unions. Yeah, the right is always fighting with fucking teachers. Now they fight after teachers by
Sad.
accusing them of teaching critical race theory to kindergartners and shit. But dude, he fucking endorsed Trump. He endorsed Trump. He campaigned against Hillary Clinton and then against Joe Biden.
That's so weird. 'Cause
So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about because the war on teachers came from the right.
I feel like the whole thing. One of the biggest things about there's two big things about teachers, is they like to party, and they're paid shit money.
Yeah.
I didn't know that anybody was like.
And they're much hotter than they used to be.
Not as you.
I am
start-
not the first person to say that. I know that.
I mean, what are these teachers eating?
Yeah, I know. They got tattoos and shit. They can afford tattoos, but not crayons. Hey, here's the thing. There's a great clip of Matt Damon, whose mother was a teacher, getting into a debate with a shaved head. I don't know what movie he was prepared for, so it was really scary. And just going off on some fucking union-busting Fox News reporter. It's really just about trying to break up the teachers' union because they want to privatize schools and they don't like public education. So they go after teachers a lot. But I don't know specifically what he's talking about.
They still drive junky cars just to throw us off.
Ew!
They go,
Wait, word choice is really important in a set.
the teachers have all our money, yet they're so sneaky, they still drive junky cars just to throw us off.
That's so his fucking word choice is gross to my fucking ears. like junky cars. Does that mean?
You're saying like junk?
Just junky cars.
Or like
just
heroin
shitty cars.
junkies.
He could say shitty cars. That would sound better to me. Just junky car. He
could
sounds
just
like the
say-
guy.
He could say lemons.
He
Well, that
sounds
would probably.
he sounds like a guy. They wouldn't know what that meant in
Yeah.
Canada, but he sounds like the kind of guy that calls soda pop.
But
That's
also just driving around in all these lemons. I feel like at this point in time, even in 2012, a lot of people wouldn't. Everyone would associate it with lemon party, and they'd be like, "What? Driving around old dudes?"
Oh,
dicks?"
driving in a lemon? That sounds fun.
Like in SpongeBob.
There goes another teacher taking a sack of money out to their tercel.
That's hilarious. Whenever I first moved out here, I almost bought a Tercel. Because it was like $800. It had like 80,000 miles on it, but it needed a timing belt, and so I was just trying to find people that could replace the timing belt within a reasonable price to me, and it wasn't.
And you
gonna
bought it
work
from
out.
a teacher.
Teacher. No, I didn't buy it, but I thought, dude, they're cool. I mean, they're not the prettiest cars in the world. I would say it's probably the Dodge Neon of Toyotas, but
Yeah.
I wanted it. Like, I thought it was cool.
Hey, I don't really buy Jimmy Dore's concern for teachers when he's like trying to encourage them to not get vaccinated and to stop kids from wearing masks.
I got worms.
It's from Dumb and Dumber. You never heard
But
that?
now,
I
now
probably
they're firing
haven't.
teachers
Just
by the
forgot.
thousands all across the country, raising class sizes, right? Because that's what's going to get us out of this depression. Dumber kids. That's our problem. We're too smart now. How are we going to convince China to open a factory in America if we're all smart enough to know we're being exploited like slaves? Funny and sad. Like, we're laying off teachers. Why are we laying off teachers? They go, we have to save money. Like, well, can't we lay off something else? Right? Like, can't we lay off this war nobody wants? No, Jimmy. You can't lay off the war.
He got so
Gotta
mad
have
when Biden
war,
pulled out of Afghanistan.
And you can't have wars and teachers. What are you, an asshole? You gotta choose, and we chose the war, which we can't afford the war either. We have to borrow money so we can have a war, and we borrowed from the Chinese, and they give it to us because they're nice people. That's kind of ironic,
Racist.
right? Americans were a bunch of capitalists borrowing money from a bunch of communists so we can
State capitalists. China is the state capitalist.
bring democracy to a bunch of Muslims who don't even fucking want it. Thank you very much.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was rough, man. I feel like watching it all the way through would be.
20 fucking years. I think the important thing, that's after doing 20 years of stand-up.
It's so weird that that's what he went. I mean, I guess if he's on a political themed show, but dude, like he didn't. It was like he was talking to a class of 8th graders.
It's like he was just having
It was,
a conversation
it was like
with somebody.
he was an edgy teacher, like trying to tell current events to like middle schoolers.
Yeah.
It's just like, asshole. I'm just like, dude, Mr. Dore, he goes after it. Like
He won't say shitty cars, but he says junky cars. I just think after 20 years, you'd come up with set-up punchline and get a laugh instead of like these polite ha ha ha. Because
It's
like
very
that
weird.
sounds like a fucking conversation you would have.
But it also, I will say this, if he's been doing it for 20 years, he probably has a small following at this point.
Oh, he has nearly 900,000 subscribers.
well, I
but
mean,
they're not following.
this is in 2012.
Oh
is
yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying.
Oh yeah.
But still, at his shows,
I think he had a half-hour comedy special at that point.
at his shows, I'm sure there's a lot of liberals.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that his set, at least in that chunk, got a shitload of claps. Got a shitload of clapter. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And that is just clap porn, more or less.
Yeah.
But Canadians don't give a fuck about American politics.
I think
So,
that they
no.
do. I think they do.
Well,
I think they like.
didn't give a fuck enough to agree with the people that. I mean, he was presenting the sides that they should agree
But he
with.
wasn't
based
exactly.
On their politics.
Yeah, but it was so generic. The politics were so generic. That's why I talked about Bill Hicks. And I know it's corny to fucking like Bill Hicks these days, but I'm just making a point that his shit was fucking sharp, and it was it was angry. It was fucking, and it had like Woody Allen level fucking jokes, like set up punchline fucking jokes, and like Sam Kinison level anger, and like, you know, just, I mean, I think that was his Iraq war shit. His Iraq war shit is just fucking hilarious. I mean, dude, he's like, you know, the second, you know, they were the third largest army or whatever. The news would be like, oh, they're huge, like that's the third largest army, or that's the sixth largest army, and then he'd be like, yeah, the seventh largest army is the Swiss Army or something like that. I can't remember. Oh, it was the Salvation Army. That was it. It was like real jokes. But anyways.
No, I'm just trying to justify him being a comedian and settling on that for his set. Like, that has to be why, is because he gets a lot of applause when he does it in rooms in America where they agree with his politics.
By the way, this is my face in case Jimmy Dore sees it.
Because, like,
can I get that too?
Obviously,
this is my face. This is my face in case Jimmy Dore sees me at a club.
He obviously wasn't going for laughs because, like you said, he didn't really tell any goddamn jokes.
All right.
I mean, Junkie Carr was funny. He's got worms.
Oh, he does have worms. That part was funny.